Okay, so sorry, I'm sitting there thinking about the good times. That
We're manic today. We're both manic.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, but you know what? It's good because there was only so much going on today. Second story: Vice News is going bankrupt. Another company that Again, you know what I mean? They used to be this hard-hitting news source.
Powerhouse.
They were doing things that nobody did. Dude, I remember watching that hour-long segment that they did in Libya, and I remember like my jaw was on the floor, dude. I'm like, oh my God. And it was scary. I remember Shane Smith to get out of prison in Libya. He's like, we had to grease a few palms. He starts giving the guards money. Like, so corrupt. And then the shit beach. When they went to the beach and
I don't remember this.
You never seen the? Oh
no,
man,
man.
dude, you need
Tell
to watch
me about
it.
I don't remember.
Okay, so they go to Libya. Libya
or Libya?
I think it's
Libya a place?
Libya, yeah.
My geography is atrocious.
No worries. But it's it's where the slaves, because there's a reason why they call it Libya too. The slaves that wanted to go back to Africa, they sent them halfway, and then they just started their own kind of like little
colony
like
whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dude, it's wild. Like there's all these like little civil wars going on in there, and there's all these different generals, and they're like insane. Dude, I'm telling you, it's literally like a video game.
Shit.
There's this general. His name's General Butt Naked. First they kill a kid, they eat his heart because it makes you immortal.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just the name.
No, he gets butt naked and he goes out and he fights.
General Zod.
Exactly, dude. There's all sorts of crazy generals, like and every dictator that's stronger than the next just comes in, blows his brains out, sits in that seat till the next one comes. Like, it's just horrible. And Vice was in it, dude. Vice was in it.
That reminds me of do you ever see the movie City of God?
Oh my God, yes.
Watch
with
that.
Brazil, right?
Yes,
yeah,
man, yes. And the kids are like killing each other, and
Yeah.
they just keep usurping each other all the time. Same type of thing.
Dude, you know what's funny? There's so
Great
many
movie.
like I'd love to go to Brazil and go to Rio de Janeiro and watch Carnival and all that and stuff like that. Dude, you walk 2 minutes out of that little city and you're fucked, dude. You're gonna die.
So
you know what I mean?
Step over this line.
Yeah,
your head just gets cut off
Same
immediately.
thing with Mexico, though, dude. You're sitting there in this paradise in Cabo San Lucas,
Sandals.
and then you take one taxi that wants to go a shorter route, and you're done. All of a sudden, you're in the hands of a cartel, and those are getting brazen.
Are
too.
you sure we're going the right way? He's like, see.
Like, yeah.
He's just getting lower in the chair.
Yeah, gringo, yeah. You know, yeah. You give me $20 American, I'll take you back to your place.
So that Vice documentary, was that back when the great Gavin McInnes was involved?
No, but so he was in the 90s. That one took place, I'm going to say like 2005, 2006, kind of like when Tim Pool got there in 2013. We were listening to it earlier.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe right before Donald Trump's presidency, like a little bit before 2000. He was 2016, right? Okay. Probably around 2014, 2013. And Tim Pool was there at the moment. We're going to get into that.
Well, he was there.
Yeah. But it wasn't his deal. It was another guy. And then Shane Smith went down there. And dude, I'm telling you this right now, man, like every single one of these guys were in imminent danger the entire time they were there. It was the best journalism I've ever seen. They held nothing back. They showed them eating people. They showed the shit beach. There's no indoor plumbing.
So they gave you the straight dope.
How about this? Dude, dig this, right? AIDS run rampant. There's a heroin and opium den right next to a brothel, and that's right next to a school. So what they do is the kids...
Who's the city planner?
They get
this is
high
atrocious. Sorry.
Actually, dude, believe it or not, it was Catherine Mastro Cortez, our girl.
I'm just joking. Are you serious?
No, I'm just messing around. The girls get out of school. I'm sorry, the guys, they get high. The girls get out of school. The brothel's right there, so everybody's all horned up. They rape them, and they keep giving each other AIDS, and it just goes round and round and round. Yeah, I think it's like 2 in 5 people have AIDS, and it's just run
2
rampant.
out of 5.
Yeah, dude. Like
that's such a high percent.
Dude, to be real, dude, I might be under exaggerating that number, dude. I forgot what Shane said, but dude, you got to watch that. But it was so good.
AIDS.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then it's funny because it's like, damn, man. Oh my God. Every single Vice story in the last, literally since Trump became president. Again, listen, How you feel about Trump? I don't give a shit. Whatever.
We're talking about Vice.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is that for some reason it opened your eyes to all this. Same thing with the celebrities and stuff like that.
Well, look at Andrew Tate.
Yes. You know what I mean?
Vice did that documentary against Tate when he got locked up.
Dude, and it was a hit piece.
100%.
100%. And then every single one is just some far-right extremist organization. The Proud Boys, they're murdering and blah, 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 and stuff like that.
It's a propaganda outlet.
Dude, honestly, if they went out and did that and then they came back and they did a problem with like the violence in Chicago or something like that, like the following day, I'd at least have respect for them. I'd say, all right, at least you're covering everything. Mm-hmm. But every single week it was some new far right, or what do they call alt right? You know, that was it for the last 10 years. That's all it's been.
Right.
And now they're bankrupt.
Of course.
You took this easy, foolproof like method that Shane Smith and Gavin McGill come up with, and they're like, listen, let's do the news that nobody's willing to touch. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't got to. Let's go.
This is corruption, though. This is what happens when you corrupt a legitimate business.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shouldn't be a propaganda outlet. It was Vice News. They destroyed him, and it was a powerhouse.
Yes. Dude, journalism should not be it should be unbiased. Fully. Yeah. People that walk in that building that even want to be a journalist, they should say, listen, I don't want you going one way or the other. I want you to hate both sides so you're willing to do anything.
It's about the truth.
Yes, that's all that matters.
The truth. The facts. The truth. That's all.
I don't think that there's one mainstream media organization right now, and that Vice used to be it, that will give you the truth. None.
That's a good. I can't think of a single one either.
No. When's the last time a story broke?
without there being like a bent or like an angle that they're trying to take or editorialize or paint a narrative. You're right.
Yeah, dude. That Hunter Biden story seriously should have been the story of the century. Yeah.
Yes.
Like we had a vice president and then a sitting president that literally had we're now with war, you know what I mean? Now we're sending, money and troops and everything over to Ukraine. Yes. And he was sitting, and his son was sitting on the board of one of the biggest oil companies over there. You're telling me that there's no foreign interest over there? Nothing. Joe Biden has nothing to do with Ukraine.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so on the surface. It can't even be an argument anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Dude, and
Good Lord.
Smarter people than I will ever be that are sitting in Congress right now are denying this with what would you call that? Denying with, where they're just passionate about it. Conviction, what I mean? Like they're just like, nope, don't see it. Not happening.
I see it. Like the la 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 la
yeah,
la.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Dude.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. And it's like, man, it's like, dude, like you should be on this. Like, who cares if it's your side? Who cares? If it was my side, I'd be like, dude, this is bad.
Your side should be the side of accuracy and truth.
Yeah, your side
that
is
should
America.
be the side. Yes,
yeah,
it's not all political. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
I'm upset about this politics shit, man.
Everything's tribal now, dude.
Yeah,
it's literally an us
stupid.
versus them, mentality. And the problem is that you can't do this on a stage this big.
Dude.
America, you can't do that on a stage.
Think about how disappointed Tim Pool must be as the founder of Vice News.
Exactly. When he went in there
to find out that his baby is bankrupt now, as the one and only founder of Vice News.
Yeah, when he walked in there and he saw that empty room and he saw that guy sitting over there, and he's like, "Well, I want to start a network. I just don't know what." And Tim Pool put his hands aside and I went,
he takes his beanie off,
takes his beanie off, wipes that sweat off of his head, kind of wipes his thoughts, right? Sets it on the thing and goes, "I want to do a news organization called Vice."
with his stupid lighthouse head, just the sun shining off of his bald stupid head. Tim Pool drives me nuts.
He has one of those outer heads that like the skull starts, but then you could tell that there's no hair that's grown through that thick skull. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things.
Oh my God. So apparently Tim Pool is claiming that he founded Vice News. I literally was just watching this video on Gavin's channel, not to plagiarize his shit, but we just thought it was interesting.
No. That's just fact.
And so you guys know, if you're fans of Opie and Anthony, then you're fans of Gavin as well. So you guys know that Gavin McInnes was the co-founder of Vice News, right? Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
Apparently Tim Pool is going out there saying that he actually was one of the starting founders of it, which is bizarre. star.
Yeah.
He's already successful. He already has a name. There's no need to lie.
Yeah, what's
It's a
wrong?
bizarre lie to tell.
Yeah, what's wrong with being the founder of Timcast IRL, a very successful network right now?
Yeah.
What's the issue? You know what I mean? And you know what's so funny is we were both saying that Gavin handled it with just like such class. He's like, listen, he's like, Tim, no offense. He's like, by the time you got there, he's like, that place was huge.
Yeah.
There wasn't a country on earth that hadn't heard of Vice News. All their major stories. I mean, Tim went to North Korea in 2013, and dude, and you know what? I applaud him for that. You know, for doing that. Type
Claim
of
the journalism.
Absolutely,
Go ahead.
it's fantastic. It's wonderful. You went to that horrible starving country, and you did a good piece. There's nothing wrong with that. But to say that, could you imagine? I go into the pyramids and I carve my name on one of the bricks and go, you see that? I'm now a part of this history.
I helped build the pyramids.
Yeah, what a dick move, you know?
That reminds me when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, actually, my family owned a skateboard shop in Las Vegas. It was called Roll a Joint. It was amazing. And so we would go to skate parks and promote and things like that. It was my family. My father started it. My family ran it. It was our skateboard shop. And there was this kid at one of the skate parks called Skate City at the time. It was an indoor skate park, great place. And he was bragging to all these people that were there about how his family owned it. And he's like, oh, that's my dad's shop. He was my age. And he was literally telling my story. Didn't know that I actually owned it. Like my family were the actual owners of it. And I'm just sitting there just letting him talk and letting him talk and letting him talk. And after about 10 minutes of him just bragging and telling everyone about it, I was like, hey man, I'm like, not for nothing, but that's my family's skateboard
He
shop.
stole your life right in front of you.
I literally pulled out one of our business cards and handed it to him, and he got shit on. Everyone was like, oh, but it reminds me of that. It's like, but that kid, I understand because he's a teenager and he doesn't have a name. He doesn't have clout.
Yeah.
I don't understand Tim Pool stealing Gavin McInnes's clout while he's already a brand in and of himself. It's bizarre.
Dude,
that's
and
another
a big brand.
Another weak ego.
Yeah.
So he's a fucking Melvin, bro.
Yeah.
All nerds I call Melvins. He's a real Melvin, that guy. I can't stand him doing, I'm Tim Pool.
You know, it's funny.
I started by Snooze.
So he always does that. He always mocks Tim Pool with that. And then I turn on Gavin earlier and they're going, no, I'm Tim Pool. The same thing.
It made me so happy. Dude, somebody put in the comments, it's my favorite line. I should have got their screen name because I always want to give people credit when it's not mine. But he put, Tim Pool invented the beanie toupee. It makes me so happy, dude. I can't stand him. He's such a smarmy douchebag. He really is, dude. He's so all about himself. That's like when you show me who was the rapper that went on there and like punked him out.
Rugged Demand or something like that. Yeah. Dude, you know what's so funny though is that you could see that nobody in that studio was like about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody just going to like step back, and Tim's talking shit to this dude.
cowed
R.A.
down.
the Rugged Man.
Cowering. He was cowering. His whole tone change. He had a shaky voice. These fucking nerds, dude. I'm so tired of them. Keyboard warriors. Now you got a real one in your face and you have to actually defend yourself physically in person. And all of a sudden your opinions aren't so strong. Yeah. That dude did a public service, man.
Dude, you know what's even worse though is the next day Tim Pool went on his site and he had one of R.A. the Rugged Man. But listen, when I say R.A. the Rugged Man and you go, who? I want you to know you're not crazy. You're perfectly plugged in, right?
He was the other founder of Vice News.
Yeah. And Tim's going, R.A. the Rugged Man is a legend in the hip hop community. Shut the fuck up, Tim. You got bitched out and now you're doing everything you can to try to save face. And what a weird way to go about it.
Go back to Buffalo, bitch.
You know what I mean?
Shove off to Buffalo.
It's funny because it's like if there was ever that test, like, you know, if anybody was like, yeah, let me see you keep that same energy when he's here, and you hear Tim go, oh, I will, you know what I mean? Oh. Well, then that's right there. Well, you failed the test.
He started hyperventilating. He had to breathe into his beanie to calm himself
he was
down.
Scared. He was legit scared, and the guy wasn't like,
his head's all red like a mood ring.
You know what's funny is like it's not like the guy pulled out a gun or like a knife or something like that. He's gonna whip his ass with bare hands.
He was insulting him to his face for like 5 minutes, and the guy was just
the guy got fed up.
Enough already.
And you know what, dude? Honestly, I really do. I remember it. The guy did have stupid points, but Tim was being
disrespectful,
over the top, sarcastic, and disrespectful. Yeah. And I think he got so used to talking to people like that because you know something. But since then, he has not been that.
No, dude. Yeah. But therein lies the difference between how Gavin McInnes handled it, where he just calmly spoke his points and made him look stupid. Yeah. Whereas this guy was like just finger pointing and shitting on him and talking down to him and being disrespectful. And that dude, he was a real one, man. He wasn't having it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I like that guy.
Basically, I'm going to use this old one. Tim Pool's mouth writes checks that his ass can't cash.
He's
What a great
bankrupt.
line,
He's
dude.
bankrupt.
Oh man, what a great line, man.
It is a great line.